This machine will have eyes, ears, and a voice.
This is PVP Television News. Dawn is now breaking here at Cardiff Bay. It's the 24th of May 2011. Today it is predicted that the Welsh Assembly will witness one of its biggest protests since it opened. The people of Mid-Wales will today travel down to Cardiff to air their concerns regarding the proposal of a hub station and pylons, which they say will destroy their beautiful countryside. 32 buses have been hired for this occasion. As we travel down over the Brecon beacons, it has been stated that there is no wind energy construction planned here or at the Snowdonia National Park.
We're very, very disappointed with the National Assembly for Wales, all us people in Montgomeryshire. We feel as if we have been let down. And we are going down to Cardiff today to show them that we are not a passive community, and we are going to protest against these devastating plans to disrupt our beautiful country of Montgomeryshire.
I'm not very impressed about it all because I've lived here for 47 years and looked down on this beautiful valley. And I think it's one of the nicest valleys in the whole of Mid-Wales. And I think to have pylons, I think it's a travesty. And I think these politicians in Cardiff, they don't understand what they're doing to us people in Mid-Wales.
Well, I think it's actually completely ridiculous that they're even proposing it. Not just because of pylons, because everywhere's got pylons, but the fact that it's right down Mid-Wales, the fact the health risks behind them, the fact that the wind turbines are just not efficient enough, and the fact that they've done it all without our consultation. They've just said, well, you're having pylons, which is ridiculous.
Are approaching.
We set off in glorious sunshine from Welshpool, and on about the second or third day the weather turned against us. Been through hail and the Brecon beacons, but one thing that absolutely staggered us is the beauty of this country.
Absolutely staggered. I knew there would be hundreds or thousands of people here today, but when you actually see it and all the signs, it's absolutely staggering. It makes me feel really proud to be a Montgomeryshire man.
Coming down here to make certain that the Assembly members in this building who represent the people of Wales know just how much we care about our area. And how much we object to having our uplands industrialised by over 600 new wind turbines and one of our valleys running down to England desecrated by turbines. We don't want it to happen. everybody in Wales has got the same view, and we've come here to make sure that they know.
Some people in this rather attractive building here want to destroy magnificent Mid-Wales. Are we going to let them? Are we going to let them turn rural Montgomeryshire into one gigantic power plant? Ladies and gentlemen, let me give you an up-to-the-minute weather forecast. As you are more than aware at the moment, the main thing with our weather is the wind. It's been extremely windy over the past few days. The wind still blows strongly today, touching gale force from time to time. And you know what? At times like this, with high winds, on days exactly like today, those wind pylons have to be switched off. The poor, delicate machines get damaged, don't you know?
We have membership of another 2,000 people who are prepared to support what you are standing for here today. Anyone who cares for the landscapes of rural Wales will join in this message that we want to send out. And we speak for the landscapes who can't speak for themselves.
We're now going to have a small presentation of Montgomeryshire upland turf, and that's going to be presented by the children. And finally, the fourth one, to Simon Thomas. And I believe two of the children would just like to say a short note.
Hoffwn ni, plant drefaldwyr, gyflwyno I chi darn bach o tirwedd persawr ni. The children of Montgomery present to you with a little bit of our very precious uplands. Our hills are covered with this pretty earth which acts like a sponge. The rain falls and the peat bog holds onto it, releasing it slowly into the Vyrnwy and the Severn. If this precious upland is changed in any way, it will no longer do its job.
And it was fantastic to receive the gift of the turf from the children. And I don't know how many of you were aware that my father was actually born and brought up in Llanbrymire. So I have actually trod on this upland soil, and he was brought up on a hill farm. So it's not an area that I don't know, and it's not an area that I won't speak up for.
I'm really aware of the strength of feeling that there is on this issue, because the morning I was elected, the first emails started coming and they haven't stopped. So I really want to thank you for making me aware of this issue for a start and for being here today. I really want to be clear on what my own view is, and that's that we need a mix of sustainable energy sources to meet the needs of the future. That's going to involve marine energy, biomass, solar energy and wind energy where it's appropriate. However, those choices must also be made with due regard to the best available evidence, and it needs to be made with the best regard to the communities involved and our landscape.
Though I'm newly elected to the Assembly, I worked here for 4 years, and this is the biggest demonstration I've ever seen outside the Assembly. And the first thing I want to do is to thank you all for coming, and to thank you organisers, and to say llongyfarchiadau a diolch I chi am ddod yma I wneud eich neges mor glir, nid jyst i'r Cynulliad, ond i'r Llywodraeth hefyd. Because your message today is not just the Assembly members, it's for the government. And not only the government here, but the government in Westminster as well. Don't forget that.
My party
and like some in this last election, has also stated a commitment to a fundamental review of TAN 8, and we intend to stick to that. Just yesterday, Kirsty Williams, my party leader, and I have also sent a letter to the Energy and Climate Change Secretary, to Chris Hume, to actually come and see the situation in Montgomeryshire, here in Mid-Wales, for himself, because it's very important that that informs the decision-making. Now, I, like Simon, actually love to study the banners here. And you know, I'm really afraid when I see a lady from the WI in the front row. It did for Tony Blair, and it makes me feel a little bit jittery too. But I've got to say, respect to you all this morning.
Today, I think half the population of Mid-Wales has turned up, and I'm particularly impressed with the hats that I've seen, far better than the royal wedding, I have to say. I tell you what, people have got short memories, haven't they? I've just been listening to Plaid Cymru and Labour Party Assembly members telling you that they want to review the TAN 8 planning policy. Yet these are the same people that have been in power for the past 4 years in Wales and done nothing to sort out these problems. 4 years ago, as the Shadow Environment Minister in the National Assembly, I led a debate. In that debate, a vote was taken to review the TAN 8 planning policy, the policy which is delivering wind turbines in large parts of the country that don't need them and shouldn't have them, including in my constituency and in yours. That vote was ignored by the Labour Minister for 4 years. The Plaid Cymru ministers in the Cabinet also ignored it for 4 years. And I'm delighted to see their conversion to our cause today.
As soon as that petition committee is set up and established, there will be a chairman, and I will then present the petitions I received today to the chairman of that petitions committee. That will then be discussed and debated, and if they feel it's got merit, which I believe and we believe it does, then it will then be taken forward through a programme through the Assembly.
Right, the first petition will be handed in by Alison Davis, Conservation of Uplands Parish.
That is 13,000 signatures. And they've been collected in just 4 weeks.
The WI. The WI have got a petition.
And this is to the Welsh Assembly stating that the members of Parish Montgomeryshire WI do not want any hubs or pylons anywhere in Montgomeryshire. We have seen the demise of the Development Board with a loss of jobs and industry. All we have left is our tourism and our beautiful, beautiful country, the paradise of Wales. So do your best.
The significance of this is that all people against pylons, we're united. This includes signatures from Shropshire and across to Montgomeryshire. We're united against these pylon corridors running through our countryside. Thank you.
I think it's been amazing. I've never seen anything quite like it, and I understand from all the Assembly members here it's the biggest event that's ever collected together to make a big protest about a massively important issue for Mid-Wales or the rest of Wales.
Message to councillors is you've been elected by the people in Mid-Wales. You take decisions that represent the interests of those people. If you aren't willing to do that, you might as well resign and go and do something else.
Since the protest at the Welsh Assembly, it has been reported that the First Minister has said that he has no intention of reviewing TAN 8. The National Grid will in the autumn announce the location of the hub station. They and Scottish Power will be then applying for planning permission to Powys County Council.
This machine will have eyes, ears, and a voice.